How to Avoid Car Repair Scams presents How to Avoid Overpaying. Overpaying for services, overpaying for products in the automotive service industry. Just fix it. 3 magic words that should never be uttered when having any service done, and especially when having your car repaired. Let me give you a quick example. A young friend of mine recently took his vehicle into a shop to have his oil changed. A salesman came up to him and said they were having trouble removing the oil plug, and added nonchalantly that they might have to replace the pan if they stripped the plug. My young friend, let's call him Justin, did not ask any questions. He just uttered those 3 never-to-be-uttered words, "Just fix it." As you can imagine, the shop stripped the plug. A question remains as to whether they stripped it before or after they talked to Justin. Nonetheless, with Justin's approval, they could now come back and say, "Well, we'll have to replace the pan. By the way, the total cost will be $950. Justin was now stuck. The car was not drivable. He couldn't even take it to another shop for a second bid without a tow truck. It was also his only means of transportation. Bitterly, he told them to fix it. When taking your vehicle in for servicing, get the real price of the repair. Using tires as an example, if you were to look at an advertisement for tires, you might see a price in large block print, on sale, $29.95, with a bunch of little numbers underneath that advertisement. The $29.95 price is for a tire size so small it could almost be used for a tricycle, but the tricycle tire is too tall. Those little numbers relate to size, and you will quickly learn that your car probably requires a tire size that in comparison to $29.95 is more likely $59.95 or perhaps even $129.95. You start thinking you should have bought a smaller car. Of course, we aren't done yet. It is likely that you will be charged a couple of dollars for a new valve stem for each tire, and another $5 to $10 for mounting of each tire. The shop will try to pitch you on buying the road hazard warranty for another $10 to $15 per tire. Then you have to pay for the tire disposal charges on each tire, and don't forget the sales tax. You went into the shop thinking you were going to spend $120 for a set of 4 tires. By the time you have all the add-ons, your price has mushroomed to $450 for a set of 4 tires for your particular subcompact automobile. If you own a truck, a trip to Disneyland is less expensive. You never want to authorize any work or purchase in a car repair facility without asking, and if necessary, re-asking, what the out-the-door price is for your purchase. Make sure to get the bid in writing before you give them a green light to do work on your car or truck. Verify what you're getting for that out-the-door price, and make sure you understand what it is that you're going to have when they are done. I have witnessed people thinking they were spending around $200 for a set of tires when they started nodding affirmatively that, yep, those are the tires I want, then by the time they were done, being sucked into a purchase for over $800. They were too embarrassed to back out once they had nodded that they wanted those particular tires, or in the case of my young friend Justin, the service to be rendered. So what about Justin? What could he have done? What should he have done? For starters, he should have gotten a written bid for the service. This should not have been a big deal. But I've been caught myself, even knowing what I know, to see a $40 oil change inflate to $80 before I got out the door. In that case, I simply kicked myself and made a point not to return to the oil change franchise. But what about that stripped plug? He should have asked the question. It's not a dumb question. How much will it cost to replace the pan if you do strip the plug? $950? Well, if that is a likely possibility, we better not do the work today. I'll call around and see how much it will cost if a shop strips the plug, and be sure I have the resources to cover the expense to replace the pan. You don't happen to know of a shop with specialty equipment that could remove this plug without stripping it, do you? There's no way he should have allowed himself to fall into a trap that wound up costing him nearly $1,000. In some ways, he is lucky. Today, some of the traps inside a service center can run into several $1,000s for simply saying, just fix it. So don't.